It was an arcade game feared by many.
Gameplay supposedly produced intense psychoactive effects in the player.
It disappeared without a trace a month after its 1981 release. Help us.
I honestly think without Kickstarter, you could never get products like Polybius off the ground. Polybius is like a giant in joke that only the gaming community understand. The general public, it's completely over their head. So to bring out a product like Polybius needs forums like Kickstarter to see the light of day.
Polybius is retro gaming's biggest urban legend, but if you're watching this, you probably already know that. Rumoured to be an addictive arcade game, it appeared first in the early 80s and allegedly disappeared without a trace. The Polybius is still commonly talked about today, and the story has been covered in news headlines, broadcasts and countless YouTube video essays. It's a story that really captivated minds, leading to the development of incredible pieces of fiction, and its presence can still be felt today. The legend has become a part of gaming history. We want to bring our own version of Polybius to Quarter Arcade so that this piece of arcade history can be represented within the collections of any retro enthusiast. If you aren't familiar with Quarter Arcades, they are a line of quarter scale, fully playable arcade replicas. Emphasis is put on creating fully accurate, scaled down, high quality replicas of classic arcade cabinets, and this same treatment is exactly what we want to apply to Polybius. While the cabinet may not have existed, we would like to create our own version of it in a way that fits in with our pre-existing line and does the legend justice. We want it to be a talking point for any collector's game room.
We really wanted to make a Polybius Quarter Arcade. We just thought it was going to look so cool next to the other machines. But because it doesn't have a working game like the rest of the Quarter Arcades, we were like, okay, what else can we do with it? And we also were working on doing a USB hub. Because all the arcades, as the range has got bigger and bigger, we were very conscious of all the cables running through, and that's a lot of plugs to put into. So, okay, let's take the Polybius Quarter Arcade and the USB idea and combine them together to have the Polybius USB hub within there.
The cabinet itself has been developed using images available in the public domain, playing up to and adding an aesthetic based on that of the legend. We feature Polybius's rumoured aesthetic, a black outer shell, a cold and imposing coin slot, a minimalist control scheme, and of course a big bold Polybius logo, incorporating these vibrant blue stripes into our own take on the design. It also comes packaged in this black box mysterious packaging, playing up to the story behind the conspiracy, making this feel like a really top secret suspicious item. As the Polybius arcade game doesn't exist, Polybius doesn't run a video game like the other arcade cabinets do. It does however play up to the mysterious nature of the conspiracy, playing trippy audio and visual effects. The Polybius Quarter Arcade system instead acts as the perfect complementary item to the rest of the Quarter Arcades in the collection. It features a whopping 10 USB slots available for you to use across the full cabinet lineup and many other electrical items. We're aiming to make this a real collector's item, and we're offering a sliding scale of rewards, ranging from pin badges to snapback caps. Check the rest of the project page out for more information about how many of each of these are available.
Hello, I'm Internet Man Stuart Ashen, and I've been a big fan of the Polybius legend for years, to the extent that I recently produced an entire film that heavily features it. I think it has all the hallmarks of a great urban legend, which is a tiny little kernel of truth that's been partially misunderstood and then added to and stretched, and then people have put their own twist in it until it turns into this sort of rich tapestry of a tale. A bit like when a tiny piece of grit is turned into a pearl by an oyster. Actually, that's a terrible analogy, but anyway, I really want a replica little Polybius cabinet. So please, do think about helping us in this task, because they won't let me keep this one. Apparently it's a prototype or something.
There's no guarantee of this being picked up by retailers, and considering the costs involved in production, it's not something we could justify producing without funding behind us. Given that the community has largely kept the name, mythos and legend of Polybius alive, we thought that this style of campaign would be the best way to ensure that this product actually comes to fruition.